Hi, my name is Jordan, and today I'm on day 3 of a 3-day series I'm doing where I'm answering 3 of the most searched questions on fear. And I did this series because I used to struggle with fear a lot, but God has given me so much victory in it, and so I wanted to try to answer some of these highly searched questions by sharing how God helped me overcome. So let's jump into today's question. One of the most searched questions on fear is, how can I learn to face my fears? This question is so relatable, and I asked myself this question so many times. And for me, it was 2 things that helped me learn to face my fears. Number 1 was know what the Bible has to say about fear and how to face it. And number 2 was actually face my fears. I found the best way to learn to face my fears was to just face them. And the more I faced my fears, the more comfortable I was doing that. But the important thing was I wasn't just facing my fears with nothing to back it. I was facing my fears because I knew what the Bible said about how to face my fears and what would happen if I did face my fears. Here's an example. When I first started driving, I was afraid of driving on the highway. Regular driving, 45-mile-an-hour roads, that was chill. But put me on a 70-mile-per-hour highway with 4 or 5 lanes, that was scary to me. And when I was driving, I would want to avoid highways at all costs. Well, let's be honest, avoiding highways can be pretty inconvenient when you're driving and cost you quite a bit of time. I knew I needed to face my fear, and I knew God was telling me I could do it. And so I took hold of what I know the Bible said about it, which is to be strong and courageous and to know that God is with me, as the Bible says in Joshua 1:9. To know that God protects me, as the Bible says in Psalm 32:7 and Proverbs 2:8. To know that the Lord himself goes before me, Deuteronomy 31:8. And to know that no matter what, God will work everything out for my good, Romans 8:28. So I decided to have courage and do it. Even though it was scary, I knew God was with me. And I'll tell you, those first few times driving on the highway, they were still kind of stressful. But I was fine every time, and I had peace from knowing that God was with me. And as I drove on the highway more and more, I got more comfortable with it. It was easier, and eventually I wasn't afraid of it anymore. And to this day, God has always kept me safe when driving on the highway, even in situations like when my car broke down in the middle of the highway, in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. I'll save that story to share in a future video. But all this to say, God helped me overcome my fear, and he's always made good on his promise of being with me, going before me, and keeping me safe. And so I encourage you, if you want to learn to face your fears today, get in the Word and fill your mind with what God says about fear and about how you can overcome it and how he can bring you peace. And then take what you know and let it give you the courage to face your fears. And as you face them, watch as you become more comfortable, it gets easier, and suddenly you're not afraid anymore. Thanks so much for watching this series. I hope these things have helped you like they've helped me. And I encourage you to remember, fear has no hold over you. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And that is a mind that is delivered, saved, rational, and thinks clearly. You can have peace and you can overcome fear. And I know this because God has done it for me. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in a future video.